welcome to the channel. I'm Larry. Today we're going to turn a shaved 14 bolt, which is about 12.5 volts right now, and not enough surface area to seal the rear diff cover up. So it just leaks profusely. And I'm tired of going through gear oil, so we're going to fix this. I'm going to build it back up with weld. I'm going to weld a piece into the diff cover, and we're going to get our 14 bolts back. And then we'll deal with what a boat anchor the 14 bolt is and dragging it over rocks after that. But first we gotta get it stopped leaking. So, all right, let's check out this video. Let me know what you think. Tell me in the comments below. All right, let's get started. So what we're working on here, we are working on a 14 bolt. It has been, I guess you call it shaved. Not too sure because that hole is pretty much the bottom. That hole, not sure why it's ground off so much. That one had a bolt in it and leaked really bad around it. That one, there weren't any threads left to put a bolt in. This plate here is going to be a replacement for everything that's missing off of this Moto-Bilt cover. So basically I'm restoring the cover back to what it originally was as a pattern or as a guide, and then I'm welding the housing back up so I have 2 more holes that I can actually use to tighten up so I get this thing to stop leaking, because it leaks profusely. Like I go through a lot of gear oil and I'm tired of it leaking. So I'm going to cut this all out, weld it on there, and then we're going to bolt it back up to the housing, and I'm going to start welding the housing up, basically filling it back in, drill and tap these holes back out so we get this thing to stop leaking. I mean, this kind of thing is a bit ridiculous, and I'll show a video here of the housing, how it got ground, and it didn't make sense to me why or what happened here. So that's what I'm doing. Yay! So here's the cover repair. Got it welded in, cut that piece out, drilled the holes beforehand, cut through the holes so we can match stuff up, and actually it came out really good. So we've got both sides welded in place. Then we just grind it out, smooth it out. And then I'll bolt it on, and I'll see how much of the housing I have to build back up to match up to this. Here's a shot of the 14 bolt housing from underneath. There's one bolt hole. And there's another. So right here you can see there's hardly any surface left at all for any sealant, and it's all nicked up. So there's like not even a 1/16 of an inch of surface to seal the cover. And this one bolt hole here is unusable, so that didn't help, being right next to that area that's super thin. And then this bolt hole is somewhat ground out, which then left the head of the bolt exposed. And it was getting ground down on rocks. So see if we can fill some of this in with weld, build it back up, and make it so we can get all the bolts back in it, have some sealing surface. See how it goes. So here's the progress so far. Of course, I repaired the stiff cover, welded up the rear end, axle, housing, and that is the bolt hole that was ground off, disappeared. That's going to be the hole. Right now it is welded solid. So I have to drill and tap that yet. And then pretty much be done with this, other than some finish grinding underneath on the axle housing. So here it is all welded up. Grind it down, make it look pretty. Get everything blended. There's a little bit of a lip that direction. A little bit of a lip this direction right here. So we now have a drilled and tapped hole there. Yay! So we can have all the bolts in it. So everything ground pretty good. And there it is. We have a 14 bolt again. Not a 12.5 bolt. Leaking diff cover. Because I haven't put fluid in it yet. I actually just did the Ultra Black. Let it set an hour, finger tight, and then I just torqued it. So I'm going to let it sit overnight and put our fluid in, but pretty sure we're not going to leak anymore. After building it back up, getting all 14 bolts back in it, having enough surface area to put the Ultra Black on so it will actually seal on the bottom. But we're going to have an upcoming video that's going to have a skid that I'm going to put on here, so to speak. And yeah, make sure you hang out and check that out when it comes out. I gotta get material yet. And then we're going to put a skid underneath this to help this boat anchor 14 bolt. Alright, well that concludes this video. We got it all welded up, everything taken care of. We got 14 bolts back in it. Put some Ultra Black on it. Sealed it all back up. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow before I put fluid in it, but I'm very confident it's not gonna leak like it had been before. You know, I was going through a quart of oil like every time I turn around. This stuff's expensive these days. Keep buying gear oil and just keep dumping it in there. So we're gonna back to a 14 bolt. I'm gonna do a video here real soon. I gotta get some material first, and we're gonna make a skid for this 14 bolt, so it's not as bad of a boat anchor dragging through rocks. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get that video done. So, all right, like, subscribe, share, comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. Any other ideas you got, I appreciate them. All right, take care. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Peace out.